I just wish I had done this sooner, because all my life I said I loved animals, but I was paying people to do this to animals. These cows are outside, so this will be, your humanely raised cows and everything. These are mothers who've given birth to babies, and the farmers are going and collecting all the babies, and they put them into trailers and take them away from the mothers. And as you can see, the mums are running after them because their babies are being taken away. Yeah, dairy, I didn't really put two and two together for many years that, in order for us to take cow's milk, they have to be pregnant and lactating, and then in order for us to take the milk, we take their babies away. These little, the girls will be turned into milk slaves like their mother, and the boys, they either slaughter them right away for veal, or they'll grow them for a few weeks, a few months, or they'll grow them into bigger animals and then slaughter them for beef.
And they're like crying, like you can see it in their
mothers, no matter what the species, love their babies. They will do anything, and this is basically the exploitation of motherhood, so that we can drink a product that none of us should be drinking. The only one that needs cow's milk is a calf. So I know sometimes when I'm shopping, if I see people with, especially younger people, who might be interested in engaging in conversation, I'll point to their jug of milk in their cart and I'll say, "You're way too old to be drinking breast milk," But have you considered ever changing what you're eating? I'm not sure what you currently eat, but have you considered going plant-based or vegan?
I have a lot of friends that are plant-based. For me,
I know, I love your mask.
Oh, thank you. I try to get I always get oat milk or almond milk. I don't know, I'm not vegan or vegetarian. I don't eat beef every day. I try to get things like ground round, tofu. I try to eat more plant-based. Sometimes for me it's hard to continuously eat plant-based.
It's hard
for me to continuously eat plant-based, especially because there's a whole other side to it, people who are homeless. Sometimes I volunteer at shelters where I have to feed homeless people, and they don't want a salad, they want beef and spaghetti, that's gonna feed someone, or a burger. And so it's hard for me to really 100% advocate for veganism, vegetarianism, but I definitely still do, especially as someone who has money and I'm able to buy certain plant-based products. I try to do that more so. It's awful, it's horrible. The way that they're treated.
Food security is a huge issue, and we're hoping that once people see this footage, that they're willing to try and make a change whenever they can. And there are getting to be so many more products now. And actually, being vegan, if you're going to, not eat the Beyond Burgers and some of the prepared, the processed food, it's actually cheaper. Rice, beans, lentils, peas, chickpeas, all of that is much more affordable than meat and cheese, dairy and eggs. I can't remember, there's 99.5, something like that, % of our food comes from industrial agriculture like this. This is the egg industry that is on the screen right now. Male chicks, when eggs are hatched out, half are female, half are male. Males aren't worth anything to the industry. They're garbage. They go into a macerator. They have people on an assembly line that sex the chicks. Males go on one conveyor belt, females on the other. Females get debeaked and inoculated, all this stuff, and then they become egg layers. But the males are trash. So they're I've seen them go into great big plastic bags and they suffocate them, and they gas them, or they go into a grinder. It's basically a grinder. They just drop off the.
Oh my God.
It's insanity. So.
Do you think anything will ever change? I know it's slowly changing, but do you think it'll actually change?
Well, we're seeing some huge movement. We're seeing the fur industry is winding down. I mean, it's before I die, I imagine I'll see a world where we don't do fur farming or anymore. We maybe don't have circuses and zoos, that sort of thing.
It's crazy how we still have a zoo in Edmonton.
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, poor Lucy. And like a free range, I'm just seeing because they don't want to clean cages, the birds are on a wire, in wire cages, and they just poop. They have some of the birds escape. Like these birds are now on the big piles of poop underneath the egg layer hay. And you can see what laying all those eggs does to their bodies. When chickens have really pale combs and everything, that means they're unhealthy. But we go and with another group that I'm with, we go and bear witness at the Lilydale slaughterhouse and see the birds coming in for slaughter and take pictures and everything, turkeys and chickens. So we see the trucks arrive like that. And we see bloody birds all the time. And
how do you deal with it emotionally? Like, do you have nightmares? Like, I couldn't. Definitely, I need to see this, because if you don't see this, nobody knows. But
that's exactly why we're here, and that's, you were asking earlier. How can we stop this? By every person not consuming that on a matter of principle, making that their. Look, I just wish I had done this sooner, because all my life I said I loved animals, but I was paying people to do this to animals. And now, just from an ethical standpoint, I just simply will not consume it. I've taken something called the Liberation Pledge, where I won't sit at the same table as people consuming animals, because of respect for those animals. I can't work this hard at trying to end this and then watch people
do that.
Put animal parts in their mouth.
Exactly, the irony.
Yeah. So that is one thing. That's how we can end this. Is that you make a commitment to being vegan and restart. It's hard at first. You have to read labels. You have to do a little research. There's so much information on the internet now, and I encourage you, as hard as it is, look at this stuff. Yes, I was very messed up. I was a very angry vegan for the first little while, because I had all this knowledge, and I was going, why can't people see this? Why can't they just stop? And but I have to look at it really. I consumed the same stuff for years, and we're kind of brainwashed. The industry, we're told we need meat, eggs, and dairy to be healthy. All these lies that we've internalized, and we aren't shown this. So
thank you for being here and doing this. This is so important.
We do. As soon as the weather gets nice, we try and get out every weekend or every other weekend and be here.
Most of my friends, I think I have one or two friends that aren't vegan, vegetarian, but the generations that are being raised are definitely looking at more plant-based options for sure. And it's so easy now. So easy. So that's how you can make a difference, is by going vegan. I'm living with a roommate who is vegan pretty soon, so I think that'll help me.
That'll be great. Can I give you some information?
Definitely.
Sometime in the future, if you decide you want to even make more of a difference, come on out and join us. If you want some other documentaries to watch, this is another group that I'm with, Voice for Animals.
Okay, thank you.
There's a couple of other documentaries this is an older version. I didn't realize they still had any of these left. There's one called, a brand new one called Seaspiracy. Do you have access to Netflix?
Yes.
I did see that one. I didn't watch it yet, but
okay. Check it out. I just finally watched it the other night. Just if you don't mind, I'm not trying to shame you, or I'm not trying to be a jerk.
Not at all. I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
So.
But well, you mentioned something earlier about humanely slaughtering or humanely raising, and
yeah, not like slaughtering. I guess that's the wrong term I should have used, but like I don't know, like hunting, like not just like Indigenous people of Canada, but like other countries, places too, where there is like certain dishes that they'll eat at certain times, you know, that are cultural, and it'll be within that season or for that village or group of people.
Yeah.
Even like in certain places in Africa, like I know they raise like goats sometimes, you know, to be like eventually killed, but they're not like in places like that.
Well, they're
definitely still killing an animal to eat it, but I think for me that's just like a line I don't ever want to cross.
Yeah.
You know, especially when it comes to cultures, because like that's not my say in somebody else's culture or the way that they do things.
Right.
This though is like definitely not okay.
Yeah.
It has been taken too far, like since I don't even know when this has started. So.
Yeah. Well, this, just so you know, a lot of the animals that are shipped to the Middle East, for instance, because land and feed is an issue there, a lot of them are raised in situations like this. Australia is a huge importer or exporter of animals, goats in particular, goats and cows. New Zealand, although they're phasing it out in 2 years, they're going to stop live export. The UK live exports animals. We do here as well with the horses, and then pigs. We send pigs for.
I've heard like pig meat is like close to human meat or something. Like I've heard like pigs and humans are like very closely associated.
Our DNA is similar, and similar. Some physical structures are similar, but if anybody ever says, you know, this meat is humanely raised and humanely slaughtered, I always ask, well, how do you humanely slaughter someone who doesn't want to die?
Exactly.
And unfortunately, kosher and halal slaughter, both, they don't even stun the animals before they cut their throats. So,
they're
like
just bleeding out while they're still alive.
Still conscious, they feel the pain. Like if you can imagine somebody, you know, holding you down, cutting your throat, and you know what's happening. You're fully aware as you're, you know, and a cow can take a couple of minutes to bleed out. And so, we need more people like you guys to stop and listen and talk and chat and find out more. Like that.
Thank you so much. Like I felt that in my heart, so I will definitely be continuously looking at the way that I consume food and what I consume.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. That's great. Thank you so much for stopping and talking. And I mean, reach out to us if you decide you want to do this. There's something you can sign up for. It's called Challenge 22, and they'll walk you through 22 days of being vegan and answer questions and all sorts of things.
Okay.
But so there are lots of resources out there.
Okay.
But the best thing you can do, especially if you care about animals, you love animals, just look at this and make a change. Nice to have met you. Okay, take care.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much.
Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fight back? Or will you fight back?